Call the cops on me. On a mission to be champs and stay let me free. Prepare for combat, my adversaries crumble. Face it, I got a reputation for damage. Busters get ready to rumble. They lock me in a cell, have me trapped in a living hell. Though not guilty, I'm still in jail. Brother, I serve my time like a soldier. Maintain composure. My shadow boxing the fight to the death, busting boulders. Every boxer with a pair of gloves. Best give up love. Here's a man from the makings of a thug. A lethal weapon, mind sharp. And in my heart, there's a wish to shake the world with the flurry of my black fist. Now once a high school dropout, now I'm the $1 million champ. Who's the next to get knocked out? Straight out of Brooklyn and worldwide.
What's going on, boxing world? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Okay. I know we're a little bit out of pocket right now. This is Cheap Seats Boxing Show. This is JP here. You know, me and Angelo, we tried to do this show a couple days ago, and my ass was too sleepy. You know, so blame me. Okay? So, but we got to get into the topic. So follow us on all the platforms: iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, YouTube, Windows Phone, Podomatic, yeah, Zoom. I still love you. Come on. It's a million of them. You know what? Forget it. Let's just get into it. Now, we got to talk about the biggest fight of all, right? It was Rigo Lomachenko. So Rigo calls it quits in 6. At the time, he said he thought he broke his hand. Now it's come out as bruised. The way I look at it is, you know, he got hit with adversity in the fight, which is a hand injury, and he couldn't adjust. And it wound up frustrating him to the point where he just said he couldn't go anymore. He quit. You know, some fighters, you know, you can say that's not the heart of a champion. And you can say, they said it's like his first hand injury, so he freaked out. Personally, when I was watching the fight, I think Lomachenko was putting pressure on him. I really do. But I don't think either fighter was really connecting anyways. I thought the fighters, it was a battle of skills, but they wouldn't let each other land clean anyways, you know. So it was a tactical fight that didn't really go anywhere because of the stoppage. And I wondered about the hand a little bit because he kept hitting Lomachenko's elbow and he stopped throwing. But that ain't got nothing to do with Lomachenko. Lomachenko came to do what he came to do, which is be his best and fight to win. And he was his best and he fought and he won. You got to give him congratulations on that. You know, right now I think he's just riding a wave of momentum because, you know, he's had some good fights. And he's gotten some breaks in those good fights, you know. So you just gotta tip your hat to him. You know, he's had adversity in fights and he's bounced back. So you can't cheapen his victory, you know. So hats off to him. Congratulations. I guess Rigo's gonna have to go back to the drawing board and go back down his weight and make some more fights happen, you know. The crazy part about it is there was like, wasn't even a pound difference. So I don't know if he goes back, you know, down to 26 or stay at 22 and fight at 22 and 26. You know, whatever. Lomachenko, the question is, I guess from this point on, is he going up to see Mikey or what? Or is Mikey coming down? You know, we're just trying to figure that out because, you know, that's a mark of a great fighter when everybody want to see what's next. We all want to know what's next because some of his victories are legit and some of his victories have a cloud over them. But you can't deny his talent. His talent is undeniable. So the next person wants to see, is he really good enough to beat this person? Which means he's basically a great fighter and you want to see him lose. We've done it. We've seen it a million times. We've done it We're fighters in our lives. It's part of the game, right? So that says something. They built him up, and I hope the best. I really do. I think Mikey will be a heck of a challenge. I'm just going to be honest. That's a heck of a challenge. But I thought Rigo was going to win. So who am I? The next fight we got to talk about is Farmer Ogawa. And I'm a little in the middle of this because people feel like Tevin got robbed. I don't really feel like he got robbed. You could say he won. And in some ways you could say Ogawa won. It just depends on how you were looking at the fight. I mean, I think it was clear that Tevin Farmer had his moments where he looked head and shoulders better than Ogawa as a fighter. But I think Ogawa won the fight out of sheer hustle, not necessarily skill. It was will and hustle because he started off the fight strong. He did a lot of pressuring, but that's to be expected when you're fighting a fighter like Tevin Farmer because he's a good defensive fighter, slick, and he's a good counterpuncher, and he can make you look stupid off of a counterpunch and make you miss. And he made Ogawa miss a lot. And I don't think he probably got enough credit for that, but that's what happens. The crowd was pro Farmer. So I'm going to get into that at the end of this little talk. But I will say, I think that the ends of the rounds were where the skepticism probably came in because the judges don't know you and the judges don't owe you. So if you feel like you're winning, keep winning. Don't take your foot off the gas. That's what I feel like. Tevin Farmer took his foot off the gas sometimes at the end of those rounds, where he could have just put a stamp on it, threw one or two jabs or whatever and just put a stamp on it. I feel like he just shut it down every time he heard that 10-second bell and was like, we good. I did enough. And you could tell by the cards, you had 4 rounds Farmer, 4 rounds Ogawa, and then Ogawa about 1, right? And I think it's because, you can't say the guy didn't hustle. He came, he fought to win, and he hustled. And you really can't knock him for that. You tip his hat. You tip your hat for a guy coming from Japan to America. The crowd wanted Tevin to win. They was in his corner. And you got to give him much respect because, like most people say, he won the fight. So that even makes him more endearing to his fans. But I think this is one of those situations where he lost a few fights early and he learned and became a great fighter or a good fighter. I think this situation is going to make him an even better fighter because I think he's going to take into consideration you can't play it close. It has to be definite. It has to be definite. You can't leave it in the eyes of the judges. It has to be blowouts from this point on. No 4 rounds, no 3 rounds, just straight up blowouts, And I think he has the talent to do that because of his defensive skill. And I think because of his counterpunching, he has the ability to make people look foolish round after round after round. I don't think they counted his body work that much because when I was watching the fight, you could tell Ogawa was slowing down, but people wasn't piecing together. Farmer was really going to the body early in the fight. And sometimes when you look at judges and the way people judge in general, they only judge headshots. So when you see Ogawa slowing down, it wasn't just because he was tired. It's because he was getting good shots to the body. There was a lot of jabs at first, but you could see the body work if you're paying attention. Some people only pay attention to headshots, so it is what it is. But ultimately, he lost. That's what it's going to be on paper. That's what it is. dust yourself off, get back in the ring, and go get a title off the muscle. I'm a fan. I was a fan before. I said he was a prospect maybe late last year, something like that. So, and let's be clear. Everybody we said is going to be a champion eventually became a champion. So he's no different. It's just this time it didn't happen. But you got to make it happen next time. No close calls whatsoever. Can some people say he could get a rematch? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But it have to be in Japan. The guy came here and took the title here. So if you got to take it, you got to go to Japan to get it. But who knows? Who knows? Another fight that was interesting. Of course, Miguel Roman got his ass whipping. He looking old. The man's been in a million wars, man. He's been in a million wars, and that night it looked like it. What do you want? What more do you want from me? Okay, he's still a great fighter, respectable, great career. You maximize his potential. I don't know if he's done yet. People think he's done. I'm not too sure about that. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not too sure about that. And the crazy part about it is you got to think about it. Like, Roman was in some wars too, man. Him and Mayura, that was some serious stuff. And you that's what happens when we talk about. Sometimes you get these guys who may be past their prime, but they still got a lot of fight left in them. They make better fights than the guys who are in their prime sometimes, because these guys are just gonna lay it all out on the line. And basically, that's what they came to fight, and Miguel definitely put the ass whipping down. It was not a shockers. It was like college football week when 4 or 5 top ranked teams get their ass kicked. It's like the shocking weekend, but it happens. It actually, this makes better entertainment in my opinion, because now we have something great to work with. I love it. I actually love it. I'm like, yo, this is dope. We got to get into Truax beating DeGale. Wow. I mean, was this Truax stuck to the plan and won? I don't know if this was a trap game from here anyways. So this kind of plays into it, like, shit happens, man. Shit happens. So, oh man, Anthony Yard got the knockout. CSLB. So I ain't gonna be mad at you. I dig it. That Friday Pascal won. Now that's the end. That I'm like, One of the other things was Ortiz beat Martz in the second round knockout, right? And then he did the charge to God dog it, to Deontay Wilder, like, I really want to fight you. And Deontay's like, look, I gave you the opportunity before, don't mess it up. So ironically, I think the fight is on again, which also says that they're taking their sweet time to make the fight with Anthony Joshua. But this is a good fight. I mean, I guess that being said, Ortiz got cleared. I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't get it, but if he's clear now, he's clear now. Whatever. I just, now that looks fishy as hell, just in my opinion, because if he's using, he's using. If you're messing up drug tests, now who who can you actually take seriously at this point? That's a problem on both sides. So I don't get it, but not my place to get. Now, for some of you who don't know, way over there in, let me see, where was it at? Queensland, Australia, Brisbane. Jeff Horn won in an 11th round knockout. And, defended his title in front of his home people. And then right afterwards, the talk came about Terrence Crawford. So I think they're trying to make that fight happen. So if he fights Crawford, and he's already said, I'm too big for Crawford. Yeah, I hear you. But Crawford ain't no walk in the park for nobody, and he's been walking over everybody. So, in my opinion, I can't wait to see it. Let's see if they make this fight happen. Bob Arum. I don't know what's going on with Manny Pacquiao, because that adds to the situation. Because is Manny still fighting, or is Manny gonna fight Crawford if Crawford beats Horn? But he's had this long layoff. Does anybody want to see him? Should he retire? It's just an interesting thing. It's just an interesting thing. And me personally, just as a fan, I would say, maybe it's time for Manny to hang it up, but I'm not Manny, because it seems like they phasing him out anyways. But I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. So it is what it is. This weekend, though, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. David Lemieux versus Billy Joe Saunders in Quebec on HBO. I am definitely going with David Lemieux. I'm growing out my ponytail in unison with David Lemieux. Saunders just doesn't. I just not a fan. I'm not a fan. And the kids stunt last time, that just that doubled down on why I'm not a fan. Like it's a bad situation, bad parenting to me. Just like, I don't like that, B. I really don't like that. He could, and fighters could talk trash, whatever. Talk trash with the best of them. I don't trip on that. Actually, I enjoy it. But I kind of put Billy Joe in the same boat that I would put Adonis Stevenson in. Like, you talk a lot as the champ, but you really don't want that work. So, in all honesty, I really believe that David Lemieux is just going to knock him out. Could I be wrong? Yeah, I've been wrong before, but I don't see it. I think Lemieux is really going to put a hurting on Billy Joe, because I think Lemieux can walk through Billy Joe's punches, and I don't think Billy Joe can walk through anything David Lemieux swinging. But as Angelo would say, he's a fastball thrower. You know what's coming, and you know it's speed, and you know that it's coming right now. So he could time him. I'm not going to lie and say he can't. He could actually time him and pick him apart if he has a good game plan. So who knows? Mikey Garcia just signed on to fight Lipnitz, I think February 1st. So that's interesting. That helps out boxing in general. Somebody's Povetkin's fighting Povetkin's fighting in Russia versus Hammer. Not MC. But Christian Hammer. The Povetkin situation, you know, I just shake my head. So I don't know. You know, we're gonna get together and do our yearly picks. You know, who did what. But I'm gonna take these next few minutes and ask a question to all of you fans out there, boxing fans. And maybe we'll touch on this topic on another day. Because I was looking at something. Should step aside money, should they stop the step aside culture? You know, because now that I'm looking at it, you know, people are trying to make business moves right now. And there's really no king of boxing, no pound for pound king. Well, not necessarily pound for pound, but pay-per-view king. There's really no box office breaker right now. So until then, when fighters say, "Oh, I'm not going to fight this person, I'll fight that person," you know, and if fans want somebody to fight somebody, and they say, "Well, you know, maybe we'll pay this guy to step aside for right now so we can handle this other opponent." And my question is, should that culture just die down for right now? Because in all honesty, it's making the fighters look like chumps, in my opinion, because, you know, we're not talking mega purses, and I think people need to give the Mayweather era up for a while. You know, there'll be another big moneymaker, but until that moneymaker pops out or comes out or starts selling out, I think we got to put the nonsense to the side. You know, because there are fighters out here waiting, that we as fans are waiting to see fight, and they're constantly being stepped over and stepped around and stepped aside, you know. So, you know, for what? Because, you know, Angelo's more of a numbers guy, but the numbers aren't huge anymore. You know, that's died down. The fanfare's died down. You know, it's we got a lot of young talent though that's promising, very promising. We got a lot of good young lions, and we got a lot of good guys in their prime. But you got to say that nobody's the money man, you know. And as much as we like to say it's Canelo, he's got to sell out on his own, you know. And I think he's going to do okay. He's going to do pretty good. Oh, wait a minute, because I'm about to get out of here. We spotted Angulo, about to get ready to fight Chavez Jr. I love it. Beat his ass. That's all I'm saying, dog. Beat his ass. But anyway, we had to do something. So for now, I'm going to get out of here. I'm sure Angelo's going to make a response. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all. You know, rate, review, subscribe on YouTube also. And this is where the fighters fight and the fans commentate. And we do it just like that from the cheap seats, because we ain't buying no tickets, God damn it. Peace.
Please believe that I'll never be shamed again. Again, I'll be the next heavyweight champion. Call me crazy, but no one can fake me.